Hi everybody, it's Lynn here from Mockingbird in Maine, and I would like to show you my newest junk journal. And also at the end of the video I have a quick sneak peek of something I'm working on for September and an exciting announcement that I cannot wait to share with you guys, so I hope you stick around to hear it because I'm really excited about it. In the meantime, we have this chunky fella. It is a hardcover, 6 signatures. It is a bee/garden theme, measures 6 by 8 3/4 with almost a 2.5 inch spine. I have painted it with 3 different shades of yellow, layering it, and we have raised image of a bee here, some honeycomb also raised on the back, and all the raised images, including the spine ridges, I have distressed with a pale brown. Also, I've done something different here. I've sanded some of the cover, leaving some just a little bit rough and other areas nice and smooth. I was trying to go for a look of the groundskeeper or the gardener might keep this in the greenhouse, or the lady of the house might keep it in her gardening shed, and it's well used and well loved. Also include a little crown because the queen bee, of course, the most important bee for the hive. Oh, here on the spine there's some cheesecloth, but I had in my stash a doily that had some yellow that matched perfectly, so I've used that also on the spine. It has a closure here with the metal clips, a little glass bottle here with some faux seeds in it, some glass beads. So there's seeds, and also some seam binding, dyed seam binding, and a little, I'm not sure if it's a bee or a fly, but a little button, and then just another little charm here. It doesn't really need the closure, but I like the look of it with the crown on the front. So, going inside, lately I have been watching a lot of Jibid here on YouTube, and I'll link her channel down below if you haven't seen any of her work. It's absolutely amazing. So I had a little bit of inspiration from her for this journal that I will show you. And all of my images and printables that I've used, I will just put down in the description below where you can find those. So let's take a look inside. In the front cover here, Tim Holtz paper, and this is some fabric, spine, and this a little magnet. This is the Jibid inspiration. A little fold out. Actually, I might have to move this over because there we go. And we have 4 little pockets here with journaling cards in them. Another little pocket. Here's a nice long pocket. You could put the date you start the journal or your name on that. Here's another cute journaling card. Most of the journaling cards are backed by coffee or tea dye paper, or I've distressed them. Here's some more fabric, coordinating fabric, bee fabric on the inside, and that just sits right there. A doily that I had that just kind of reminded me of honeycombs, and of course the yellow. And the die cut here with a little bee stamp, doily, a little bit of fabric here. Most of the papers are tea dyed or coffee dyed. Lots of journaling space. I left a lot of pages just for journaling or embellishing, or if you want to add a photo, or if you sketch. Some honeycomb here. Coffee dyed scrapbook paper. And I always love to include language books. So this is a French dictionary. Some yellow ledger. Some crinkly coffee dyed vellum, and there's a few pages of like this from, I have a couple of different vintage children's encyclopedias, and I just love the colors, the images, beautiful, beautiful images in those books. And I've done a little bit of sewing, here. The other side of the French dictionary. I did my first eco stamping, which was actually a lot of fun, but I love how that came out. Here is a little mini journal with the fabric spine, just some assorted glassine in there, some assorted extra journaling space, little tag page, and a faux leaf. And this is a little envelope pocket with a journaling card, and that just tucks right in there. This is like a waxy paper, and it just wax, you know, bees reminded me of that. Keeping in the theme. Another journaling card here. And I've done a little bit of digital stamping, different bees and things. On the other side of the... Here's a big pocket, and this also a bit inspired by Jibid. I've covered the bees with the bee images with a what the heck is that called? The overhead projector. I found a whole box of them at Sheets at a thrift store. The overhead projector, and then on the back. So you could even, you know, take this out into your garden to identify the bees that you have and make notes on the back of that. Some more digital stamping. Some old music sheets with the flip-out pockets, and I love still has the writing from the lessons in it, 1943. A little Latin journaling card, and there's random little bees stamped throughout. Some stenciling. There's another little tag. Dictionary pages, and I always like to try and include dictionary pages that relate to the theme of the journal. So this is bee. Some doily resist dyeing. A little wing stencil. Some digital stamping here. Nice Tim Holtz paper in the middle. There's another pocket with a tag. It's got some burlap, a faux leaf, and I drew some lines on the back for some journaling. The other half of the wings. Some stamping on there. Another flip out. I love this image. This was, I believe, on Pinterest. And a couple of little tags here. Stamped. Just a little, if you want to circle the month and the date of what you're journaling. The other side of that pocket with another tag. And I've tried to use twines and things that you would use in your garden. Nice. I backed it with the pattern paper. And my favorite little floral book. I love the pages from this vintage book that I have. I try to include it in almost every journal. And here, I love Emily Dickinson, and I have a book of hers that I do include a lot of the pages in my journals, but this one, the bee. So I thought that was really appropriate. Some stamping here, and music pages. A little die cut with a specimen tag. Stamp there. I've done sewing, not a lot of sewing, but here and there some fabric. I didn't want this to be overly feminine. Again, I wanted it to have that useful look to it. Another page from the children's book. Digital stamp. Here is a page from a floral book I have, and I sewed it right onto a bee index card. A little journaling spot there. Spring's housekeeping. More eco stamping that I tried. Here's a big pocket, and I made an envelope with an Edith Holden page. There's nothing in it, but you could tuck whatever you like in there. Like that. Big pocket there. A little trip rating in the rose garden. Some honeycomb. I copy dyed some of the pages from an insect book, guidebook. There's another big journaling card with flowers. Love that flower image. And here another journaling card. I'll pull it off, but it's one of the Tim Holtz clips. I've just added a little vintage button and some seam binding to that clip. And some dyed seam binding here sewn on. Nature book page. Oh, and this is also Emily Dickinson, and it mentions the bee. This in my heart and all the bees which in the clover dwell. Beautiful stamp. Here's the other American Wildflowers page. More bees. Honeycomb. Die cut and some stenciling, and the other big pocket. Oh, these printables, I forgot to mention, were created by Lisa in the Booksmithing Facebook group, and they are just gorgeous. So my big pockets. In this pocket, we have a file folder. This just slips right off. And this is an image, I want to say it was in the 1920s maybe, of a garden plan. And inside a French garden plan, I've included some graph paper. So if you do garden, you can map out and graph, you know, where you want to plot your garden. And if not, it's extra journaling. This is so beautiful. From the children's book. More honeybees. Some here and a little bit of edge punch. Here's just a little collage of images. Another little journaling spot. More from that nature book. All the bees. Queen honeybees. Here, I just clipped it down. It's a flip. There's a tuck. I'm going to grab something. You have a tuck there, and then it flips out with another tuck. And then here I've just included a little envelope with just a bunch of little die cuts. Some hexagons, some honeycombs that you can use throughout the journal to embellish if you like. And that just clips in. Clips in some seam binding there, some stamping, another bee. I think that's my favorite one, the digital stamping. Oh, the month of May. I've stenciled some honeycomb here and there as well, and some bees. Another pocket here with a journaling tag. Card. Here we have a belly band, and I created a little collage journaling card on a vintage lotto card. More from the French book. I just want to include it because it was a little garden image. Here's a fabric flip up. So some hidden journaling space and a little pin here with a dragonfly charm on it. Thorns and roses. I'm really proud of this one. It is huge, and I mean it has a lot of journaling space. Honeycomb. Here we go, honeycomb on the dictionary page. A little glassine bag with some goodies in it. A distress inked guest check and some more journaling cards and a pretty. This is indoor plants, but I love the yellow, so wanted to include that. And you can put that wherever you'd like in the journal. And a little bit more eco stamping, and love it. Another page from the Children's Encyclopedia. some more stenciling. There's a little clip with a little green bead attached. And another journaling card from an insect guidebook that I have sewn to some pretty yellow cardstock. Best moment, journaling space there. Oh, I also did something that I saw Jibid do, and I thought it was brilliant, because I've had pages that are just one page, and I don't want to fold them in half and put them, you know, the long way and peeking out half and half. So she sewed them on to another piece of paper and then sewed that into the signature. So I've done that a couple times in this one. Beekeeper. A little collage here from a dictionary, vintage dictionary, on some muslin. Another pocket here with a tag, and then on the back cover, another little magnet closure, flips out. We've got some more pockets here. This is a Tim Holtz die that I just got, and I love it, so I've just tucked some things in. Extra little paper clip, some trim, a little tag, and then a couple of little glassine envelopes. If you are gardening and you want to save some seeds, you can, or any little pressed flower specimen in there. And here I made a little book just for some little bit of journaling spaces, just a bunch of little honeycombs. And then, oh, I had to include this. Many moons ago when I was in college, I was taking an animal behavior class, and that was when I was probably 20. I learned about the bee dance and how the bees, when they come back from gathering pollen, they tell the other bees where the food source is, and it depends on how far it is, if they do the waggle dance or the round dance, and the other bees watch them and then they go look for food. And I always thought that was so fascinating. So I wanted to include that little journaling card in here. Another little Latin flashcard, the humble bumblebee, and another little journaling card here. And that is it. We'll be putting it into my Etsy shop. I'm not sure if it'll be today or maybe tomorrow. I'll try for tonight, but it'll probably be for tomorrow. And, oh, the sneak peek. So I wanted to tell you guys, I am so excited. I am a new member of the Graphics Fairy design team. I'll put all the other members down below as well, so you can check out their channels if you haven't already. And September is our first month, and this is the journal that I will be working on. I've almost completed the cover. It is going to be a shabby chic Victorian flowers and birds theme with lots of laces and very feminine. And I've been using the Graphics Fairy images already for a while. They offer so many free images, and then I joined the premium membership a little while back, and I did a brief review on that on one of my last videos. And so this is, I'm so honored to be a part of this. So this is what I wanted to show you, just really the tip of the iceberg of what is offered with the premium membership. And these are some potentials that I will be using in this journal. And it is just, it's so worth it. I've said this before in the other video. So many beautiful images. I love the postcard ones. Oh, love them. Love that green one. And the heart collages. Love I guess I've got a thing for green. I love all the birds. This is a journal cover, but I will probably make it into 2 large pockets in the journal. And some more hearts. So that is my big news. And this will be next month, September. And I hope you will join me here to see it. And I hope everybody's doing well. Have a great weekend. And I will see you back here soon. Bye.